Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first of many Fate Rift Tracks. Well, for me at least.
Okay.
Hi. We have a co-host here, being my friend Adrian.
Yes, hello.
Adrian here knows only about Fate from what I've told him. Which
isn't very much.
Is surprisingly not that much. And I decided I want to get someone else with me for the movies at least. Because I want to see from an outside perspective, does it still make sense? For context, this is called Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. It is a movie based off of the Unlimited Blade Works route of the game. So it starts at like the beginning and then goes through, right? It's not a sequel. It's like another path from the beginning. Make sense?
So it's something you haven't experienced before?
Well, I played the game of this.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know the movie. And the movie is, according to this, 105 minutes. That's about how long one part of my, playthrough is.
Oh my god.
It's a 40-hour game.
Okay.
So putting it down into an hour and a half, we'll see how it goes. I'm really curious. So,
do you know the reception of the movie?
All I know is that this actually got a TV show version later that was way better regarded. Because, 24 episodes gives you a better amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know, what I will be doing is I am playing the Blu-ray, and it used to be on Netflix. I don't think it is anymore. At least for Canada. But if you have your own copy, however you procured it, I will do a countdown saying 3, 2, 1, and then, oh my god, there's a baby on screen that just said, I want anime. What is this commercial? What is this commercial? I'm sorry, I haven't put in a Blu-ray for something. What is this? What is this a commercial for?
An anime subscription service?
Anime Network. What year was this? 2012. So it's before Crunchyroll and all that. Well, that makes sense there. So yeah, we'll do a countdown. You'll hit play however you are viewing it. We are going to be watching the dub.
Okay. Because
I want to know. I've never heard these characters in English. So I want to know what they sound like.
So you're first experience with it?
Yes. It's my first experience actually hearing them in English, and I'm very excited.
I think it's still in the sub.
You sure? It's because I just...
Oh, no, I did.
Yeah, it's on English there, yeah. So, that said, we are getting started. So, on your video player of choice, I will do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. And we will go at the same time. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Well, there's a bit of a delay. I'll tell you when it's actually playing. Go! There we go. Universal logo. Okay. Jenny on Universal. Have you ever seen that?
No.
We're getting into some weird spin-offs. The Clockworks.
That's a good logo.
Yeah. Oh, is it going to say it? Oh, it's not actually being narrated. I love this. They got Ian McKellen to say this speech. Yeah. Not in this, but they just got him at an anime convention to say the whole thing. Huh. And he's like, what the hell was that? Sorry, Sir Ian McKellen. Don't worry, it doesn't... It's English for cool English sake.
Okay.
It does make a bit of sense, but it's mostly it's English. So this is new.
Okay.
There she is.
That's Saber?
No.
Okay.
She's a disaster teacher. She's the best.
I can't believe how late it is. I guess it's best if I start heading home now.
I'll take you home. It's gotten a bit dangerous.
What is that Shira voice? No, I don't like that. Oh, that's weird.
Go. Leaving the place unlocked is a big no-no, Shiro. Thanks for doing this.
Are you kidding? It's the least I could do. If anything, I should be thanking you for everything you do to help me out.
Is that Sam Riegel? That's weird. Sorry.
Go
Oh,
to eat with Sharpie's eating alone.
What?
Your hand is bleeding.
You're right. I must have cut it cleaning up somehow.
Hear me. I command thee to my side and entrust my fate in thine sword.
She said it.
she said it there. Every time they say fate in my playthrough, I go, haha.
Fall and take heed to the refuge of the Holy Grail. It is my oath to thee that I embody all that is good in the eternal world and depose of all that is evil and corrupt.
Oh, that's Tosaka's voice.
The seven heavens, protectors of the great spirit trinity.
Some of these voices are not what I would expect.
Keeper of the balance, come forth!
Is that Dante?
You joke, but there's a couple similarities.
Seven magi fighting for centuries to take control of the Holy Grail. Obtain the Grail, and it will grant you any wish, along with absolute power.
This is lightning paced. This is like 3 hours in.
Really?
Yeah.
What were they doing?
Well, it's a book, right?
I guess.
A legendary hero from history, whose spirit and body have been revived by the Grail. It is up to the servant to choose the Magus it deems most worthy of its talents. As the Magi battle for the Grail, their servants will accompany them in their spiritual form. However, if needed, the servant can be summoned to take their physical shape in order to battle against the other servants. That's just a fraction of
That's Virgil.
this extraordinary power. And whoever
Virgil wishes he was as cool. I'm gonna be honest. No, that's not Lancer's voice. Please, no. He sounds so gross.
This is bad. Someone is still here.
Yuck. Time to die.
That wasn't very nice.
I'm amazed at the pace of this. Again, like we're at like the 8-hour mark now.
What?
I'm not even joking. Oh my god, it's so fast. So we're just
Is that the Stone of Aya?
the Redstone of Aja, you mean?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
We're really going over the beginning of this really fast.
It feels like it's more of a recap.
Right?
For people who've already seen, or not seen, but like experienced it.
And there she is.
Is that her?
That's her.
Where'd she come from?
So we're just jumping through the beginning of the game real fast, huh?
I am Saber, your servant. I have heeded your summons and come forth.
That's a cool voice.
It's a little robotic, but
I ask you, are you worthy of being my master?
no, it's okay. I like that. I like that. That works. That works.
At least this isn't like really high pitched.
I would never be that. She is a low pitched like voice. The one with the high pitched is the red saber. The other one over there, she's like down. Yeah, well, the one in the white dress up there. She is super high pitched. She's the one you think it would be. Okay, so we're just skipping over the entire prologue. All right.
Gotta get to the important stuff.
I guess so. I guess maybe it's because, like, the beginning of the game is the same, no matter what route you do. So then they're like, well, we'll just get to this route, huh?
one where you must learn to kill or be killed. is the reality you chose when you agreed to become a master.
Fine, I'll fight. But for one reason. So that I can bring an end to these ridiculous Grail Wars.
Be happy, young man. Your wish to be a hero may finally come true. No need to deny it. The human struggles you've chosen to embrace are very fitting for you.
It's a good voice for Kirei. And again, we're just skipping what is the Holy Grail War, what is servant. We're just skipping it all.
Do realize
Okay.
that you and I are supposed to be enemies in this war.
We are?
I only brought you to Kirei's church because you were absolutely clueless. You had no idea what you'd gotten yourself into. But now that you've agreed to be a magus and fight, well, that just leaves one thing for us to do, doesn't it?
I guess.
What are you doing? Never give your enemy time to prepare.
You think I'm an idiot? I know that.
Idiot?
Stop talking and make your move.
I don't know about Liam O'Brien for Archer. Thankfully, I know
How
that.
do you recognize these voices?
Buddy, I'm a voice acting nerd. I know
The Burkas were unfair.
that voice doesn't stick for later stuff.
So naive.
And plus, Liam O'Brien has one voice. That's Akihiko from Persona 3.
Stay for now.
He's one voice.
Oh, I haven't heard his voice.
They're friends.
Oh, right, because you played only Q2, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And thanks, Rin. We're going easy on us. Alright, if you insist. But I'd rather we were friends than enemies. I mean, the way you helped me out shows that you're kind of an awesome person. So thank you.
I do like Saber's dumb yellow jacket. It's one of my favorite things that is just nobody... Like, it's because they're like, well, we don't want her walking around looking like a weird knight, right? So let's just give her a big jacket.
Get yourself killed, it's all over. It's Elia. And Berserker.
Is that a stand?
Servants are just stands, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. Like, you're not even wrong.
Shiro, stay back.
Berserker, destroy them.
So this is like officially in the...
Oh, yeah.
timeline?
Yeah, it's as soon as the choice to determine where you are is actually, like, right after Saber is summoned. You basically have the choice between, do you want to kill Archer there, the red guy, or let him live? And if you kill him, you get one route, and if you let him live, it's another. So this is if you let him live.
Her sword is invisible.
Looks like she just disappeared.
What's that?
It looks like she almost disappeared.
Might be the distortion of the wind. So like they said, every servant is a historical figure. Do you have any idea who Berserker might be just looking at him? Like
looks familiar.
like a mythological sort of figure.
He's Tarkus.
That's not a real person.
Well,
That's-
but like that's what it reminds me of.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Tarkus wasn't real.
know, I know.
Just JoJo wasn't real, Adrian.
What? I don't.
There's little hints on him, but they keep him pretty obscure. It's more based on like what their powers are. I don't know if it'll go into this and this because it's going so fast.
Saber just die?
I know, rip man. I'm gonna die myself. Actually, Saber gets very messed up in this whole series. Like, she gets beat up bad.
Saber!
Stop it, idiot! Do you want to die?
I've got to help her!
No, Shiro, don't! Archer, get out of the way of what?
What?
Oh, that's still so cool. I mean, his name's Archer, right? So you would assume archers really do archery.
Archer from Archer?
Yeah, I guess so. Also, he just fires swords as his... Jeez! That's, it's a little excessive.
Shiro. Oh, wait, that's...
Archer's weapon. He was hoping he could take me out along with Berserker. He didn't even care that he could be taking out you and Rin in the process.
So is this Archer guy a bad guy?
But we will have to learn. I mean, I think he's the bad guy right now.
I'm impressed, Rin. It seems your archer is actually pretty good. Let's go home, Berserker. Bye-bye. And as for you, mister, I'll see you soon.
Shiro.
Is he all right?
What?
Well, that was like a 2-hour-long dream sequence we just skipped through. Sounds good. Like, he literally describes the sword in his dream for like a half hour. It's a visual novel, right? So of course it's going to take a while,
I
but...
suppose.
Got to be kidding me.
Look, Berserker is far stronger than I had expected. So, teaming up with Saber and Shiro to fight Berserker is not a bad idea. It's actually a smart choice.
I strongly disagree. Those two are nothing more than an encumbrance. You should reconsider.
And if I don't, will you disobey your master?
So is this completely drawn to the movie, or like some of these shots like in the visual novel?
Well, I don't know if you... A visual novel is mostly words.
But there's
So-
pictures.
Yeah, but
Is
yeah, there's a couple. Like the one shot of Saber that was injured, like that was a redraw pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, 90% of the time you see him looking backwards like this, so that's accurate. Like, that's his normal talk sprite pretty much, is his back. Yeah, because he wants to be so cool.
It's a result of your poor summoning skills.
So, like stands, they can turn, like, invisible, but they're still there in, like, spirit form.
But so he doesn't actually teleport?
No, well, no, he has to still move around, but he's like a spirit at that point.
Okay. It's a lot of swords.
Mm-hmm. Y'all ever have the sword dream?
Not yet.
That was just a dream, huh?
May I have some more, please?
Yes, of course.
You sure aren't a picky eater, Saber.
No.
Oh, that looks good.
As long as it tastes
Yo, anime food though?
put before me.
Well, I'm surprised how slim you are, considering how much you eat. Good morning! I'm starving! Feed me! Feed me! should have told you about this much sooner. I apologize. But you see, they're renovating my home and I've nowhere to stay. Okay. And that's when your sister showed up from overseas, huh?
What about Saber?
Gotta sure is a lot going on.
Is she not a stranger?
Well, no, they just said then your sister showed up from
okay.
overseas.
Well, I didn't know they were related.
They're not. It was a lie.
Okay.
I really hope that we're not
It really doesn't establish the whole family dynamic here, huh?
use the house. Hero. As much as you need. Thank you so much. Me as well, please. Okay.
So for context, that's Shiro's house. The teacher is basically like a caretaker who comes over to visit, and Sakura there is just another student who comes to basically
Sakura's
check in on
over
him.
here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they just skip through it. Okay.
The servant protects their master.
Yeah, but I'll be surrounded by people at school. No one will mess with me there. I'll be fine.
Wait, so she's his servant?
Yes. They really go through it too fast, huh?
Yeah.
Like, people weren't joking when they said this is the fastest movie ever.
Promise me one thing. If you sense any danger at all, call me. I will be able to hear those thoughts from you.
Are you gonna get like a fate tattoo?
I'm gonna be real. I've never considered a tattoo
Oh my
except
God.
for Shiro's command spell. That's a legitimate thing. But I would
That is a thing that would be like not recognizable. Like to the
except
average
for
person.
people who do, and
Yeah.
they'd say that's from a porn game.
Oh, I guess right, yeah.
What is this? There's suddenly some sort of nauseating aura.
Okay, I have to look up Shiro's voice actor because is it actually Sam Riegel? Because if it is, that's not what I would put of his voice as.
Yo, Amiya. Better get a move on or you'll be late.
You.
Is that
What's wrong?
him? No, never mind.
No, I do not. I will. If I have a figure of him,
This is,
I'm dropping.
the guy you
I'm
hate.
drop kicking him off the roof.
Well, I hope that is the case. You kind of look like that going
You know the name
I know the name.
from Evangelion. Shinji.
Oh, right, his name's Shinji.
Yes.
Okay.
There's obviously another
I thought you
man
meant
at the
like.
school.
Okay, never.
No,
They're the one who cast this force field.
So that's what I
it is Sam Riegel. Oh, it's Mela Lee as Tosaka. That's Tiki. We met her at the convention.
Oh, okay.
Our force is possible. This Magus is powering up his servant by allowing the servant to feed off the students here.
That's horrible.
True, but he's yet to complete the whole force field, and I have no intention of letting him finish that task.
Then the next thing we need to do is find this guy.
Wait! This could be a trap!
I guess she just fainted.
Is that really what you think?
Is that the purple hair?
That's not. No,
Clearly she's
Okay.
a life force. It's all right.
just a random
I
student.
think I can revive her.
So, how were you first like exposed to fate? What got you into it?
I don't actually remember. I remember, actually, it's because I wanted a Muso on my Switch before Hyrule Warriors or anything, and the first one was the Fate Muso, so I just got that. And then I'm like, this is pretty cool, but it seems really big to get into, and then people said you should. And then I found someone had a download link to the thing, and I'm like, I might as well give it a try, and it was supposed to just be like a one-off video, and I loved it so much, it's now on part 91.
Do you have like an entire
Yes.
corner dedicated to it now? Who's that?
Well, we don't know yet.
You do.
I do.
I didn't think you'd wander out here.
Oh, it's Shinji.
Shinji.
Oh, that's his servant.
There you go. Just think of
Stands.
stands and stand users. It's near 1-to-1.
Chances are he's forgotten how to do it. You did this. You put up the force field. You're the other Magus. So it would seem.
Did I miss something? Magus?
Whatever I want.
They briefly touch. Basically, anyone who
Really? You
has a servant, they're a magus. They're a magician. They can do magic.
Oh, okay.
That's about it.
Shinji! You're really annoying. Do you know that? Kill him.
Yo, finger bullets though.
What?
Little pew pews. Oh, that looks so much better in the actual visual novel, even. I thought it was like a shotgun blast of magic because it looks like that, right? But here it's like a little pew pew gun.
Student who's responsible for this?
Yeah, it's all him. Is that girl gonna be okay?
Don't worry, she's going to be fine.
This is like That's So Raven stuff here.
Sure. I mean, I guess.
Just look to the camera.
Yeah,
What?
boners.
So it's like flash forward.
I think this is back to the present. It's just
Wait,
going
what?
very quickly.
I thought.
Okay, so to explain, because they're just not gonna, that lets you, that's your, basically your contract with your servant. It's in 3 parts on your hand. You can use a wish to do stuff like, come here immediately, defy all time and space to come here now, or buff yourself beyond your powers. You have 3. If you use the 3rd, though, then your contract is expired and they can just kill you. So it's literally the contract on the hand. I was actually considering if I got the tattoo, it would be the 2 with the 1 as an outline like it's been used. I was thinking of that. But then again, I probably will never get a tattoo. That scares me.
Like the commitment of it, or
Yeah.
To the heart of the force field.
I screwed up my
What if, like,
I
one
screwed
day-
up my yearbook quote for my graduating year. So like I don't trust myself anymore.
you know, what if one day you wake up and you don't like Fate anymore? You know,
Well, that would suck. But also never. Well,
what if something happens in this series that like completely ruins everything?
I mean, I already have the Iliad DVDs, but I'll get there eventually. That means nothing to you, but the audience is dying laughing.
One of the Blu-rays you got from the Animathon, right? Is
Yes.
this one of them?
Yeah, this is one
Okay.
of them.
Listen, I didn't do it. I swear, I swear.
Oh, really? I find that hard to believe. Stop acting like a coward and dissolve that force field right now!
I'm telling you, it wasn't me. I didn't kill them. This was Shinji's servant.
We're just on that Shinji standing there.
Yeah, that was his servant, and his servant's dead. That's why he's freaking out.
Oh,
I swear, Ryder was being ordered by someone else.
Just what are you babbling about?
Look, that's all I know.
God, I hate Shinji.
It's all my fault. I got careless and I let this happen to everyone.
They're breathing. We got here just in time. Look, it's okay. I think they're gonna make it.
Sheila, thank you.
Huh?
Really. am impressed.
I was just going on instincts, like you. See, that's not the first time I've been surrounded by lots of bodies. I just stayed focused.
What are you talking about?
Well, look who's here. Saber. What a surprise.
You have a lot of nerve showing up now.
Almost sounds like Matthew Mercer.
I came
No, that's
when
no.
my master was in danger.
Like some of his voice sounds like Matthew Mercer.
He's later voiced by KG Tang, Detective Pikachu from the games.
Throttle you for not being here. It was
Yeah,
completely
I think that's a better voice. I don't like Liam O'Brien as Archer.
Shiro and I were fighting for our lives.
You want to abandon the
So you want this voice to be the voice of Diavola?
What choice do I have? Without a servant,
Liam O'Brien? Did I say that?
Yeah,
my fault Ryder was such a
Kinda do.
servant.
So it was the servant's fault.
I could see it.
It was her incompetence that lost that fight. But the worst part was losing to Emmy and then arrogant.
I don't think his voice is that deep though. Sorry, I'm like spinning into JoJo now.
That's fine. That's fine.
Have it or in luck. There happens to be a servant who is still available.
So what hour is this now?
I was actually just gonna check. Let me check because this is the fastest thing I've ever seen. Okay, so
Wait. Is the servant like sleeping in the same house as him?
yes,
Is the servant like an actual physical person?
they can be. They can either be a physical person or they can go into spirit form. But Saber can't because she doesn't have enough energy to.
Okay.
Again, it would be nice if it explained it, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason this got a TV show, like redo 3 years later, because this is ridiculous how fast it is. Okay, I'm taking a look here.
I say we have Saber do the dirty work and let her destroy that eyesore berserker. But to do so, I'll need
We're about 9 hours into the game. At least this route.
Who are you?
I protect Ryudo Temple. I'm the servant assassin.
That's okay.
I assume you wish to pass. Try it.
So basically how it works is all the servants are basically given RPG classes that they're summoned into the role of. Saber's like a sword user, Berserker's a berserker, Caster is a magician type, so that's why they're all kind of based on the different ones.
Wait a second. What are you doing here?
Just passing through. Nothing more.
It's you, Archer. Clearly, Assassin is not doing his job.
Interesting. Two servants in one place. So, Caster, it would seem that both your master and assassin are in league with each other. Would that be true?
What are you insinuating? Are you referring to that pawn of a servant I summoned?
If you have, then you have broken the rules.
How so? I've always been a magus. Why shouldn't I summon a servant of my own?
So she just said that she summoned her own servant. The servant summoned a servant.
An assassin to fight your battles for.
Seems like quite a book turner. Not a book turner, but like a reveal that's not really explained.
Well, because she said, well,
Revelation, that's what
she
it is.
was a she's a magician or she's a magus, and maguses can summon them, so why can't she? Right? Like that's her logic.
Shiro!
My God, you're a nuisance.
Will you put me down?
Shut up. I feel stupid enough carrying you as it is. Having you complain
So how are you
about
able
me-
to how are you able to see like the differences between a servant and a regular person?
Servant. Well, actually, a servant can just put on regular clothes and look like a normal person. Like they could just be normal looking people. Like they're super powerful and stuff, and they have magic and stuff, and they have weapons, but they literally have casual forms that make them look human. So like Saber in her casual clothes just looks like a normal person.
I'm afraid this is all the time.
Except they have to always explain that she's a weird like American person because she's blonde.
You heard me! I said fight me already! Bone of my sword, unleash thine ire. Call it forth!
So you finished this entire arc already, right?
Yeah. So that's why people were saying I can watch this because it's like I finished Unlimited Blade Works. But honestly, I was not expecting how fast this would go. I'm gonna do a watch of the TV show also, and I think I watched like an episode of that, and like it's not even shown what happens in this because it goes by so fast. So
Situation did not call for that.
Then it would seem you and that boy are very much alike.
Really?
You refuse to kill when you have nothing to gain, and that boy refuses to stand by and watch innocent humans be sacrificed. You're both cut from the same cloth.
I am nothing like him, and I never will be.
The boy is right. He and I are very different people.
It's a shame that we are enemies.
Those are weird.
Why don't you two
Straight. It was just the weird camera.
Don't be so hasty. I will be a vast improvement over your current home.
I would never join you.
Your side is lacking in strength. I gain absolutely nothing by aligning with you.
If you're not willing to negotiate, then we have nothing more to discuss.
That's true. And since I'm the interloper who crashed your party, killing you here is not my place. Leave while you can.
Are you serious? Wait! Why did you let her go? She's the one destroying the city. She's killing innocent people.
And stopping her achieves what? Casters consuming human energy for one single purpose. To store up enough mana so she can defeat Berserker. So I say we let her do that. When that's done, we defeat her.
I'm not like you. I don't let innocent people die. If you think it's okay to lose a few lives, then you're no better than Caster.
You simply cannot save everyone. Just accept it. If you aren't willing to risk the life of even one person, then you'll never save anyone.
he just walks away.
If you value your life, you'll listen. So be it.
Oh,
This is where it ends for you, Shiro.
That's a lot of blood. That's a lot.
The boy'd rather be killed than kill another.
so they're not on the same side.
Well, he's supposed to be, but Archer's kind of a jerk.
Shiro,
Saber, you're here.
why didn't you take this chance to strike me down?
Tanner's like, God, I wish that were me.
A little bit. A little bit.
Very well. We'll resume this later.
You going to stop me, samurai?
Interesting. You see, I was about to ask the same of you.
See, now I was excited to see him fight, and it's just like, no, we're just gonna cut away.
Do they fight?
Don't have enough time.
You put her down.
Look at the huge gash in your shoulder there.
So again, it's not explained, but Shiro heals very quickly for some reason. That it does get explained, but They don't say it here.
You've met Rule Breaker. This is my noble phantasm. It annihilates all prior pacts or contracts.
Noble phantasms are like their powers.
It means that Saber is my servant now. I suggest you begin your service by killing that girl.
So all you have to do is stab her in the chest.
No, but no, it has to be with Rule Breaker, which is her noble phantasm. It's like her stand power. Like, that's exclusive to Caster.
Okay.
You will kill her.
That was a lot of blood on the screen for like a little pierce.
Well, we don't know. Like, you can't really see the length of the sword because it is, you know, invisible. That was fast.
It took like 2 hours.
It's just like, what? I still can't handle how fast this movie is.
I thought he could heal fast.
Well, now he can't anymore, and that makes you go, because it's like, oh no, now his saber's not there. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Wait. What's this doing here?
Grown tired of resisting my command spells yet?
Bad touch. God, I wish that was me. What?
It's Hedwig.
She will soon come to regret that.
Oh.
I don't remember her using an owl familiar. Okay.
Then you learn it's completely different. The movie's completely unique now.
You remember when the stands carried them in Egypt?
Yeah?
It's like that.
So, you murdered Kaizer.
Well, he didn't seem the type to hand over the Grail willingly, now did he?
Wait, that's Kuzuki.
That's one of his teachers. Which you would know if they showed the scene of him in school with the teacher.
I know when someone's dead.
Do you? Because I doubt he would go that easily. You're a pathetic excuse for a magus. Archer, you go on and rescue Saber. I will handle the witch.
Easy. Your sorcery's no match against hers. That woman's dangerous.
Don't worry, I'll defeat her.
I admire your courage, but challenging Castor on her own ground gives her a decided advantage. Bear in mind, this is a woman who once killed her own brother to save herself.
Wait! What are you doing?
Legend has it that the king of Colchis could produce soldiers from the tooth of a dragon. Turns out his daughter, Queen Medea, was an exceptional enchantress as well.
All true.
She doesn't have eyes.
She does, but it's just covered.
It's only
But like,
a matter of time.
the eyes should be
It's
have the cheekbones,
it's
not
anime
like-
art
not on the
style.
forehead.
Okay.
Even with a command spell. easily take your life.
That's absurd. I will accept the offer you made me earlier.
After already turning it down, aren't you the fickle one?
The tide has since turned. Now that you have Saber as your servant, victory leads your way.
Archer, what are you doing?
Go on. Use Rule Breaker on me.
So he's just like, nah, I'm on your side now.
Why?
You're gonna win. He's like me when I'm watching like a sports game. Whoever's winning, I'll just be like, now I'm on your side.
That wasn't very cash money of him.
It wasn't. A lot of what Archer does is not cash money.
What?
Yeah, they just went over his whole thing about being able to use magic. Just never addressed it to this point. That's fine.
Wait. Before I agree to join you, one condition must be met.
Oh, really? And what would that be?
They no longer pose a threat as a master. Killing them at this juncture would serve no purpose. Let them go.
Fine. Now scurry out of here in defeat, like the failures you are.
Let's go.
He really likes swords. He had the sword dream, and now he can make swords. He really likes swords.
Is there like a reason for that?
No, he just likes swords.
Okay.
This point. I made a mistake early on. I should have defeated Castor when I had the chance, regardless of what the cost was. Archer would not have made that mistake, so I can't fully blame him for switching sides. I was weak instead of strong, and it cost me dearly.
What you did was far from weak.
Huh?
It may have cost you, but it was the right decision to make. If you ask me, you should be proud of yourself.
Thank you. You know, Shiro, what you did was amazing. You were able to project the same swords that Archer uses.
It kinda amazed me, too. I mean, I've projected other things before, but never a weapon. Something about those blades was different. Normally I have to visualize the structure, everything about the object. But those swords just appeared in my mind, as if my knowledge of them had been there all along. Alright, enough of this. Come on, we gotta devise a whole new game plan. Oh, I forgot. I need to give this back to you. This is yours, isn't it? I didn't put it all together until I saw you had one just like it at your house.
The pace kind of halted.
Right? Like, it went from the fastest thing to, like, now we can have... We can
Conversations.
take a breath.
Her servant is Berserker. She has no reason to align with anyone else.
We don't know that for sure. There's always a slim chance she might do it.
No way. I can't believe how naive you are sometimes.
Look, I know Archer would say that any plan that hinges on nothing more than a tiny sliver of hope is ridiculous, but you and me are different. We're the kind of people who beat the odds. We're the long shot that wins.
Was that Shinji?
That was. Piece of trash garbage man. That's me when I see Shinji. That's me yelling.
Oh, it's him.
That is him, yes. He's kinda really cool. I would have gone for a deeper voice, but that's fine.
Fighting against these chains is futile. Not even the gods themselves could escape these bodies.
It's a lot of swords.
And other weapons thrown in there. A few spears. So he was Hercules.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he needs to be killed 12 times. One for every of the deeds that he did. The trials or whatever.
Come here, little doll. You evil bastard!
Just ripped out her heart?
Yeah, man.
Why?
I'm actually not sure yet. I'm not done Heaven's Feel.
What, Emiya? We have a spectator. I know I'm quite the sight to behold, but
Wait, how don't you know? I thought you complete this path.
You need to play all three to get to know all the info.
So people have their own motivations that weave into the story.
Oh yes,
And
and you have to play through all three to understand everything. Because
are
stuff.
they all taking place at the same time?
Oh yeah. It's just if you make a choice, it butterfly effects into a different path.
Oh, okay.
Like if there was no Archer, if you kill him at the beginning of the game, then the whole thing changes because then the fight with Berserker doesn't happen at the beginning, and it just changes from that.
affect me. I don't die that easily.
But then all the paths don't happen at the same time.
Well, certain things happen at the same time, but then certain things will not happen because this character will not go here this time, will not meet this character this time, so they'll be off doing different things.
Rin, I'm glad we crossed paths. I see you've managed to stay alive. As you know, Castor has been amassing quite a bit of power. Soon, Ryudo Temple will be the next altar. Fighting an opponent on their own ground is very difficult. So what do you say? Ditch that loser Emiya and come and join our side.
Not in a million years. You think I'd agree to take orders from you? You're even dumber than I thought. And just so you know, there's only one person in these whole Grail Wars who thinks you have any talent as a Magus, and that's you.
Enough chit-chat. Time to deal with his heart before it spoils. Wait! Damn it, you're gonna regret this!
He's a coward.
Oh yeah.
What were you thinking? You knew if you showed yourself to them, the first thing they'd try to do is kill you. So why'd you run out there without any plan of attack?
I wasn't thinking about why. I was just thinking about saving her.
Every suspicion that I have ever had of you has just been fully confirmed. You realize something inside you is truly warped. You value everyone else's lives and safety far more than your own. You can't keep doing that. You've got to start putting yourself first. I mean it. Giving other people's lives more weight than yours is foolish. Realize that you have control over this scale. And saving someone else, at the risk of destroying your own life, throws everything out of balance.
Look, I'm sorry.
Listen, if you were some mindless nobody, I wouldn't care what you chose to do with your life. But that's not the case. You have purpose and conviction. And for some bizarre reason, you're willing to throw that all away for any stranger you meet. Keep that up, Shiro, and I promise, it will break you in half one day.
Rin, you're not getting it. I do what I do so I don't fall apart.
You're wrong. You're already broken. I don't know what
Is some of this dialogue in
I wish
the
I did. I was
stuff? You can like.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Like this scene and the scene when they were back to back. It's shortened, but it's yeah.
There you were, surrounded by
Okay.
a maze of bodies, and it didn't once faze you. You even said so yourself. I don't know why, but you've clearly been in that situation before.
You're right about that. It was bad. And it wasn't the first time I've been in the middle of something so awful. But everything else, you're wrong about. It was a fire 10 years ago that saved me. You might think living through that tragedy is exactly what's wrong with me. But that isn't the case at all. In fact, nothing could be further from the truth.
You were in that fire?
There's a fire 10 years ago that killed everyone in the town, and he was the only survivor.
Okay.
That was the day that I learned to accept my death. I was expecting it. I remember lying there thinking, even if by some chance I did get out of there alive, what was there to live for? I had experienced something truly horrible and lost everything. What reason did I have to keep living? But the fact is, I was the only one whose life had been spared that day. And I soon realized that it was my duty to save other people, in honor of all the lives that weren't saved that day.
But that's it, Shiro. All the more reason to value your life. Fortune spared you. It gave you a gift, and you have to respect that instead of throwing it away. Thousands of lives were lost except yours. It's time you wake up and realize you need to be grateful for what you have.
So he's selfless to a point of self-harm. He will do
Don't respect certain
anything
things as I
to
should.
save someone and doesn't care what happens to him.
Okay.
And so she's like, that's such a selfish way to live because you have like a persecution complex, kind of. Which is greatly expanded upon when you're reading it, but here it's so fast you can't tell.
It's like, bro, I just want to save people.
Yeah, well,
That's all it comes down to
'cause
for him in this.
his whole goal is I want to be a superhero. And then Archer's like, buddy, you don't know what that entails.
Focusing on Castor. Every second we wait is a second she uses to build more mana.
You're right.
There's no way you two will win this thing by yourselves.
Remember him from the beginning? He was the guy that stabbed Shiro.
I was gonna be. I remember that guy stabbing you at Anime-thon.
Yeah.
The last
Oh
one.
yeah, Lancer did stab me.
You two could use my help right now, and you know it.
Oh, really?
People who don't know that I went to a convention are gonna be confused.
This wasn't my idea. Castor's mana keeps growing stronger, and my master's looking for allies.
Okay, no, I've grown on that voice for him. It's fine.
Temporary alliance that would end once the job is
Not the best, but I can live with that. Who voices him? That is
All right, fine.
not listed.
Think you could just
Really?
show up and expect me to trust
Yeah.
you?
Oh no, there it is.
You have good instincts in choosing her as your ally, and her instincts tell her.
Tony Oliver.
And in the end, I know you'll agree because you're a trusting guy.
I should probably tell you something about that pendant you returned to me. You see,
Yeah, he's a little voice actor.
the one you found in my room is the same one I used on you. It was Archie who brought it back to me. I never questioned where he got it. I just simply assumed that he had found it somewhere.
It's Dante.
There you are. I knew you two would come back.
Oh yeah? But I bet you didn't think they'd bring me with them.
You didn't waste any time.
This voice acting's kind of.
From your servant.
It's a little off at times.
Yeah.
It is. This is before voice dubbing in anime became universally good. This was still the era of it being questionable at times. And I think the company that did this, Sentai Filmworks, they're kind of known for not having the best stuff. They kind of flub up every now and then.
Isn't Saber going to try to kill them if...
Well, she's not been fully converted over yet.
Okay.
She's resisting. He's gonna throw hands with his teacher.
All this sword. Are you sure you're really an archer? You're good and all, but your swordsmanship is definitely lacking in pride. Sorry, but I don't have any pride. I am the bone of my sword. Kay, Bold! Go higher! Impressive. I didn't know a spear existed that could pierce the iris. Come clean. Who are you really? Just an archer, that's all. Just an archer? Yeah, right. With a shield that can block a noble phantasm? Come on! Focus. There's more afoot here. It would seem that Caster has gotten herself into a bit of trouble. Of course. That was your plan all along, wasn't it?
So he joined the side, but as a distraction. Is he a bad guy at all? We don't know yet.
Me too.
Ask your questions.
So Dante, I'm just going to call him Dante.
It's Archer, but sure.
Archer.
So he
He's-
joined the bad guy's side, but as a distraction, so that Rin could beat Caster. And she just did a sick Shoryuken.
So then why are they still fighting then?
Well, he still contractually has to fight, but notice he threw his hands up and he's like, well, we're just about done. So he's like pulling back because he's like, there's no reason to anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, they still lost. Looks like. Never mind. Oh. No more teaching for him.
And there's her face.
Looks like Zelda.
So he has not said a word this entire movie. There you go. One word? One word. Is that all you're going to get?
Imagine being the voice actor for that.
Well, guess who it is? It's Patrick Seitz, a.k.a. Dio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Is he going to say one word? Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh my god. He wasn't a talkative type, but he said stuff.
Archer, it was you. I thought you might have been the one behind that attack, so you did switch sides.
Saber!
Why is Saber in like a wedding dress?
Because Caster's a freak.
Oh.
What was that about?
That's cool.
From here on, I'm acting on behalf of my own interests.
And what? That includes killing Shiro?
Back down, Archer.
Choose to fight in this condition, Saber, and you may vanish for good.
I vowed to protect him, and I intend to keep that vow.
Very well. If that is your wish, let's go.
He has the same swords as
Well, they said that Shiro copied his.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's like, but he still felt like, oh man, these swords are awesome.
Trace on. Using magic more powerful than you comes at a cost. It's a
Rip.
That's what happens when you buy Chinese bootlegs.
Hear thee! I command thee to my side and entrust my fate in thine sword. If thy will concedes to this reason, answer me and take heed in the refuge of the Grail. It is my oath to thee that I embody all that is good in the eternal world and depose of all that is corrupt. I call upon the seven heavens.
So Archer is the villain.
Mm.
Keeper of the balance, come forth! Answer this call, and I vow that my fate will be entrusted in thy sword!
I am the servant saver, and this pact I accept.
So she just
I acknowledge you.
took it with Rin instead.
What do you mean took it with Rin?
Forged a pact, like the contract. Because remember, Shiro's was on the hand of Castor, and now Castor's gone. So now she was a free agent.
Oh, okay.
The situation is clearly changed. You still think you can beat me?
So what are Archer's motives?
You don't know yet.
Your noble phantasm nearly gone. Your mana has been spent. And now, without even a magi, your plans to harm him are through.
An archer can continue to exist without a master for 2 days. That leaves me more than enough time to kill him.
You realize the desire you desperately cling to is meaningless. And not only is it meaningless, it's wrong. Even if you get your wish, you lose.
What about you? You cling to a desperate desire yourself. I am the bone of my sword.
Why does he keep saying that?
Unknown to death,
You'll see.
nor known to life. Unlimited blade works.
That's the title of the movie. Unlimited Blade Works.
It's like a final boss arena if I've ever seen one.
Where is mindscape? A world that is entirely of his making. It's what's known as a reality marvel.
This is a world that only
What was
I
that for?
control.
Your head tilted.
Well, they said Mindscape, and they didn't use that word to describe it in the game, but it makes sense.
My talent as a legendary hero.
Any weapon you choose? I find that unlikely.
If you wish to challenge me, then let me oblige by replicating that sacred sword of yours.
You've no knowledge of its true form.
I may not be able to replicate its full character, but I bet I can come real close.
Shiro, no!
Bastard! Come on, show me what you got!
It's a big sword.
That's that's El Grande. That's what happens when you set the 3D printer size to too big. It's the best way to describe Archer is he's a 3D printer. He can just 3D print any sword, like instantly, and then shoots it.
Unhand me right now, you miscreant!
Let her go.
I will, after I've gone someplace where we won't be bothered.
And what'll happen to Rin?
She's my hostage now, which means that idiot boy will most certainly come after me. Don't forget, Rin is your master. You can continue to protect him if you choose, but lose your master and you are finished.
Einsburg Castle. It's in the forest on the edge of town. It's completely isolated. No one will bother you at this place. Meet me there and we'll settle this for good. But if you so much as lay a finger on Rin before then, With or without Saber by my side, I will kill you!
Did you get it taken care of, boy?
Lancer!
Wait, he's all right. He actually helped us out earlier.
What?
Hey, where's the girl?
Archer took her. He did what?
Archer! Tell me.
Just brooding in the corner.
Kill Shiro.
Just waiting. You know, he posed beforehand to make sure he's real cool
You, like,
when she wakes
practiced
up.
it?
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna sit like this. No, like this.
In a strange way, that's actually his strength. At first, I hated that quality in him, but then I came to accept it. And when I decided to believe people like him do exist in this world, I felt like I'd been saved in some strange way.
Duh. Every time he's on screen.
Shinji!
What's wrong, Archer? The sight of my servant Gilgamesh make you tremble?
What are you after?
Gilgamesh.
Why else would
So
I thought that was just a guy.
no, well, that's him disguised as a human.
Oh, okay.
After that, you can do what you want.
So he's strong because he's like one of the oldest heroes. Like Gilgamesh is like one of the first stories written ever, right? Like in human history. So
Okay.
no need for this? Archer will soon disappear anyway.
Yeah, whatever.
So Gilgamesh is Shinji's servant.
new servant, yes. He got a new one given to him by the priest before the priest got whippity wiped out.
Okay.
Show me where Rin is now!
Sorry, but you took too long to get here. Someone else beat you to it. Shinji has her now.
Calm down. Don't worry, everything will be fine. I'm under orders from my master to make sure she stays alive.
You and I had the exact same pendant. Which is odd, since there's only one that was ever created in the first place.
This is true, and being who you are, you carried it with you since it helped spare your life. A copy of it does not exist. It's an heirloom belonging to Rin's father.
I see. I know exactly who you are now. You're the epic spirit, Emiya. That is your true identity.
If what Shiro says is true,
I don't know, man.
you're indeed the legendary
I don't know.
hero they
What does
killed.
that mean?
That's the main character's name.
Embody his ideals, but
Emiya
instead,
Shiro.
you kill him.
I did become the defender of justice
What?
that he
So-
claimed to be.
When in the future
I even went so
he becomes a hero.
Oh,
And
that's him
because
in
of
the
that,
future?
yeah, well, it's him as a future, then he can be summoned as a hero.
all that I was left with was nothing.
Because it's any hero in history, including the future.
The people I killed.
Oh,
So remember, his dream was to become a superhero, right? So in the future, he becomes a superhero. And now he can be summoned as one.
Spent life after another,
And he hates it.
taken so many souls.
okay.
Justice and morality. And though I've saved far more lives than I have taken,
So how is this guy able to just come back in time now?
So they explain actually in the game pretty well, where it's like, it's sort of like like the Hall of Heroes, if you will, transcends history. So you could get ones from the future or from the past, right? And they're not like the actual people; they're like copies of them with memories. So
You and I are not the same person.
so yeah, it's basically an alternate future version of him who achieves his dream and then realizes, oh man, saying I'll be a superhero to save people and not care about myself results in suffering. So
Okay.
I am the bone of my sword.
So then what does this future Shiro want?
He wants to stop himself from becoming a hero because it sucks.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because they basically says you're summoned into the world to just repeatedly see people die for eternity.
Step away, Lancer.
Jameson Price is still alive. Jameson Price is the voice actor.
By coming here, Master,
You might recognize the voice
broken your words.
when he speaks.
I'm afraid that goes both ways, Lancer. I gave you an order to make sure Archer was taken care of.
He'll self-destruct him.
You don't?
No.
This boy.
Just keep listening.
Share.
It's not your place to question me. We're working in conjunction with each other. We are nothing more than two sides who have aligned in order to obtain the Holy Grail.
You're a stain on the church.
So what becomes of the girl now? Did you honestly want me to save your pupil or not?
Of course I did. She was the
Oh,
It's Sojiro.
Besides,
okay.
removing her from the game
Yeah.
so early wouldn't have...
He has a distinct voice.
That's why I had you protect her. But I think my role as her mentor has come to an end. Finish her.
If you want me to do that, you'll need to use a command.
So he was the master of Lancer, the priest, secretly.
Okay. Oh, you don't want to be doing that. It's not healthy.
Nope. Well, he just used the command spell to make him kill himself. Because you can force him to do anything with it. It's a 100% guaranteed thing. So just kill yourself. Nope, can't stop myself. Dead.
Why?
Because he was going to get in the way. He didn't want to kill her.
Your time is up too.
But isn't, like, he supposed to?
So here's the thing: they still have free will, and it's the only thing is if they won't do stuff that they truly don't want to unless you command them to.
Lancer.
Oh.
If I had known this is how I would die one day, then I would never have become a hero.
And now she's stuck there. All right, Shinji. Right.
It's perfect! Just kill each other off, you idiot! The grail is yours? Oh yeah, my ass it is! It's all mine now.
He's a little loopy.
A little bit.
Grail's mine. Go on, thank me for it, and maybe I'll share it with you. But then what do I get in return?
The taste of a liar. Giorno Giovanna.
Why won't you die? You first!
Yes. All right, I forgot. It just grazes his shoulder. Oh, I was really excited. I forgot that it makes this huge deal of him throwing it, and you're like, yeah! And then it hits his shoulder, and he whimpers away. I forgot about that. That makes me so mad.
Gets away again. F in the chat.
He just posted an F in the chat. So he's Cahulin, the Irish hero. Have you heard the story of Cahulin?
No.
Okay, well, it's an Irish myth. So he can use Irish magic, which I guess F means fire, I
Okay.
guess.
Sorry, Lassie.
See, he said lassie. That's actually a nice touch. I like that.
A few years older.
It's like, who do I want to win here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Why does he keep saying that? It keeps coming up.
So the cool thing is, they say this in English in the Japanese version too. Like they do the spell. It's a spell, and they do it in English. And so to hear him go, "I am the bone of my sword," and like it's like really, it's not the best done. It's great. I love it. Okay, those are more I think they translated those a bit differently. I don't remember "Drunk on Victory."
You saw it, didn't you? You know the future that awaits you now. A lonely creature bound by the weight of his futile ideals. This is what your so-called convictions will do to you.
So they didn't use any music from the game except this theme so far. And this is a good version of the theme of Hype, so I'm okay with that. I'm getting a phone call from my grandpa. Can't answer that right now.
Accidentally answers it, and he just hears fate.
This reality you think awaits you is an illusion. You don't even know it. This world you're living in is nothing more than a fairy tale. The choice is
Why isn't Saber helping?
Because it's his fight.
Okay.
It's his fight. He's got to beat himself up.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if my whole body is made of swords.
So then, that's it.
I will not lose to you. I don't care if someone else beats me, but I will not lose to myself. Justice is on my side.
You're so blinded by justice, you can't even see how unmatched you are.
Right will always defeat wrong.
That illusion was my undoing as well.
It won't be mine, because it's not a delusion.
This ends now.
It's pretty goopy blood.
Victory is mine, Archer.
Yes, and it seems that it is my loss.
He should have said his victory
Right?
because he finally died.
Obstacles lay ahead.
Oh, but
Overcome them.
when he dies, he goes back into, like, the hero hall to be summoned again later.
Oh.
He's, like, they don't actually, like, the servants don't die, they just get returned.
To the closet.
Pretty much.
See what I mean? Now you know what real power feels like. You worthless fakes need to be tossed in the trash.
So, it's not going to be explained, but Gilgamesh has a treasury of every weapon ever created. Ever. That he can just pull from at any time. So behind him, that gold thing, that's his treasury. So he can just say, I'm just gonna just send out 1,000 of every weapon ever.
It's kind of overpowered.
He's kind of so cool.
I hate getting dirty. I'll have to finish you maggots off another day.
Does this mean you're running away?
That's hardly the case. The Grail is nearly complete. And if I don't hurry...
Okay, real talk. At this point, do you understand anything about what the Holy Grail is?
that boring.
I just know that's something sought after.
Okay.
It seems like a it's plot MacGuffin.
It is, so basically, the winner of the Grail War gets a wish.
Then we attack there.
Okay.
Saber, you keep Gilgamesh busy at the front gate. Shiro and I will enter from the rear.
Hold on. I don't know if Saber can take that guy.
And why's that?
His power is like that of war itself. He's crazy strong. He needs an opponent whose power is similar.
Fine. But who would that be?
Where do we find someone with that sort of power?
I don't know, but whoever it is has
It
to
has to be you, Shiro. You will have to use Archer's reality marble. That's the only chance you have of beating him.
But Rin, that requires substantial magic, far more than Shiro's.
Yes, but when in time of dire need, a good magician always knows the best place from which to see.
Oh, how are they going to do this?
I mean, borrow. Never mind.
Okay, how are they going to do this? Okay, we'll see.
Guess I don't have much of a choice. I'm afraid you will just have to do. You kept saying that you wanted the Grail.
Y'all ever just Resident Evil monster?
It's incredibly valuable. Take my advice and keep it close.
Okay, so he put the little girl's heart into him, and now he's Resident Eviling out. Oh, they're doing this, huh?
If we can successfully transfer
What's going on here?
then that should give you all the power you need to create a
Okay.
Let's give it a try.
What are they doing?
It's your energy. Heal-proof. I summon you. Take the seed.
He's taking a sip of his drink because he has no idea.
Stop. Engrave this covenant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So basically, she's transferring her magic to him.
Smaller,
Okay.
larger.
In original, yeah,
Take a guess what's happening here. Take a guess how magic is transferred.
I can take a guess.
Yeah. Are we gonna get the dolphin dimension? We are! Okay, this was in the version that I played. Fish and dolphins and stuff. So, like, okay, in the original, it was just them doing the do. Instead, oh my god, that was the high jump scene. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Dolphins! Oh, 2012 CGI dolphins. Instead, you get this super trippy, like, thing about him turning into a water droplet and feeling the cosmos and stuff. And wow, that was like 2 hours. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for doing this, Rin. Hey, what's wrong?
Well, what point are we like almost done?
Oh yeah.
You saw them,
Okay.
didn't you? You saw my memories.
Well, yeah, but I...
Okay, so one of the memories is her. It was her watching him do the high jump, and it's revealed that, like, the reason that half the school has a crush on Shiro, including her, is that he just does the high jump really well.
That's it.
That's it. And it's, yeah, I hate that too.
Huh.
It's like everyone but Saber. It's like, well, why there, whenever it's the thing, it's like, well, I watched this boy and he was trying over and over at the high jump and he kept trying and it was so inspirational. And that happens multiple times. And it's just like, why? What's so attractive about the high jump?
She may have been a sorceress before,
doubt I will live to see the dawn, but at least I will have the chance to die trying, and for that I am grateful.
You stayed so you could fight me?
This body was always meant to wither like a dying flower, but if I could meet my grave at the hands of a worthy opponent, then let these steps set that stage.
What is that thing? Wait, is that the Grail?
It hasn't assumed its true form quite yet, but it's about to burst right now.
Really? It's your ugly mugs again?
Gilgamesh! How? If you're here to fight us, then who's Saber fighting?
They just forgot about Assassin, which is
Really?
which is understandable.
Something like the Holy Grail deserves an audience for its birth. If you halfwits can stay on the sidelines and not interfere, then I'll let you watch and give your pathetic lives some meaning.
Sorry, but it's not gonna go down that way.
This little birthday party is about to come to an end!
Morons. How dare you try and stop me?
Trace on!
Interesting.
So how do you beat a guy who has every weapon ever? Answer: be a guy who can make every weapon ever. Right? Because again, it's not explained. So Shiro, if he just sees a weapon, he understands it and can make it.
Okay.
So how do you beat someone who has every weapon? Be able to make make ones to counter every one.
Guided by skill.
What is that? That electricity?
That's his magic circuit. It means he's going into he's turning on his magic.
Oh, okay.
So, you reproduced all my noble phantasms that you could see. That's very impressive.
Remove all barriers.
But not good enough!
Projection complete. Fire at will!
Just so many swords flying at each other.
Swallow return!
So my favorite thing in media is when these two slashes happen and then there's the pause and then the blood flies out.
Yeah.
Do you know the story of that?
No.
That there was a samurai movie someone was making, and they had the blood rigged up to fly out when a person basically blew into a pipe to make the blood fly out of the tubes that were in the clothing, right? The person was late. So the slash happened. The set guy was supposed to blow the tube, but he was late, so it came out delayed.
Yeah.
And the director was like, "That's the coolest thing I've ever seen." And now it's used everywhere.
That's cool.
That was Kurosawa. He does samurai films, and it's it was a mistake that became the coolest thing ever.
He was the first to point out that at the end of my dream lies nothing but disappointment. And yet he pursued that dream to the very end. Sometimes it's the thing we know we will never be that keeps us chasing it forever. Maybe this is a borrowed dream, but if I'm willing to fight for it until the very end, then who cares?
I gave you points for being persistent. That last attack should have been fatal. Now die!
I'm here, Shiro! Stay back!
How did she cut all those swords in one swipe?
Well, her weapon is Excalibur, because she's King Arthur, the strongest sword.
Help her!
Are you not going to ask the question, how can she be King Arthur when she's a girl? Did you know that King Arthur was secretly a girl, and that the textbooks are lying to you?
By sending away that servant, you sent away
Huh.
any chance you had of defeating.
You know what's actually weird? We don't know if King Arthur was a real person.
Ability to replicate a sword.
Actually, in real life.
I see in my mind.
We don't know.
No, there's no record.
Well, there's records it's the Jesus thing of there was a record of a King Arthur, but we don't know what's true and what's fake, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's like a situation where it's like it could be this person, but we're not sure. So it could have been secretly a girl this whole time.
Unlimited blade works!
What are these?
That's a whack camera movement. See, in his dimension looks different.
They're
Oh,
all
okay.
nothing more than an imitation, and according to you, that makes them completely worthless. But I bet my cheap imitations can cut you down just as fast as the real thing. So come on,
What was
Hero
that?
King. Let's see who
What?
the great cuts
It was like a figure.
Oh.
know your place.
It's literally, you may have the originals, but I have thousands of bootlegs, and the bootlegs will win.
Don't go anywhere near that magma! Rin, this thing's about to burst. Destroy it with a
Magma?
before that happens. Understood?
That's not magma.
Now get out of there. I'll take care of the
That's a strange choice. It's supposed to be like pure curse energy. But sure, magma. Wait, no, but she walks through it.
Yeah.
That's not magma.
Why is she saving? Shouldn't she?
Well, because he's like the battery of this. So by taking him out, it should stop it,
Unfortunately.
unfortunately.
Saber, now! Do it!
Do the L.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty hype. That's good. That's a cursed image. Please put her hair back up.
Well, that's right, because you don't like on her.
Nope.
What?
No, there's two endings to this. One of them is Saber dies, one of them is Saber lives. I guess they're going with the Saber dies ending.
You are about to die.
Think you can kill me, Runt? Go ahead and try!
So servants stay in a closet, a metaphorical closet. They get taken out by someone,
Yeah.
but they can't go back until they're killed.
Yeah, and then when they go back, it's sort of like, okay, imagine like it being like the master file is there. You make a copy of it, and then you make changes to it. If you delete that one, it doesn't go back to the original.
Oh.
So like the one in the Hall of Heroes, if you will, doesn't get the memories except for Saber, but she's special. It's dumb. Don't like that's a whole thing for another route. Oh, just cut that hand right off.
Oh. What?
That was the Holy Grail. Remember when the big flesh blob exploded? There was that black core?
Yeah.
That's the Holy Grail.
Okay. All of a sudden, it's Scorpion.
Get over here!
It's best to come after me now. The vessel it needs to complete itself should be a magus, not a servant.
Fate right.
Oh,
You will pay for this.
not gonna see who threw that knife.
Well, you heard his voice. And you heard him say his name. But how could that be?
I didn't hear his name.
He yelled, Archer!
Okay.
Wait. Don't go. Be my servant again, please.
I can't do that. I don't have that right anymore. I'm sorry. But more importantly, I'm done here. My fight is over.
But that means that you'll never be able to.
And that's fine. I'd leave this world with no regrets. Now, Rin, watch over the me that remains. As you know, he's rather clueless.
Archer. Fine, I'll give you my word. I'll do everything I can. I'll try my best to help him learn to like himself and appreciate all that he has. And you should learn to do the same.
You've answered everything I need to know. Don't worry about it.
See, it looks like him.
Have my word.
See?
I won't disappoint you.
And that's why that voice sucks. Because it's not the thing about the original Japanese voices for Shiro and Archer, they're actually close enough that they could be the same person.
Okay.
But they're like a person speaking
Yell in one last
low and kind of angry versus high. And there's points where their voices sound the same. So Liam O'Brien does not work for Archer here. Because Liam O'Brien is Liam O'Brien.
Okay.
Sometimes I remember the blunt sound of metal against metal. The staggering, blinding sword fights that never seem to come to an end. It's our beliefs that clashed against each other. In order to make my dreams come true, I've gone out of my way to question everything I believe in. I don't have any answers yet. And I probably won't for a very long time.
So did you get the saber dyed ending?
I did the first time. That's the true ending. That's the game's true ending. There's two endings.
But there must be an alternate route where Saber survives.
There is, and that's called the good ending. So there's a true ending and a good ending. Think about that. Okay.
So?
I kind of hated it.
Really?
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of hated it. And for me, people were not joking when they say the pacing is whack.
Yeah, it kind of like
It's-
stopped and then went and then stopped and then went.
It felt like someone had a YouTube video called Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works Best Moments. And like they took a whole series and just cut up to the cool stuff, right? Cuz like it's like, oh, what about the scenes where they're explaining stuff? Cut that out. We need to see more fighting. What about the scenes where, you know, we're looking into character motivation? Who cares about that? Just cut to the next fight scene. It felt so fast.
Rushed.
It felt rushed, yeah. And like whole characters not in this.
Really?
Yeah. Well, like remember in the last scene where Shira was eating lunch in the room with the other guy, and then the teacher ran in. that's a character who's kind of important to the story. Like, a little bit. More so than in any other route, but he's important enough. Just cut him out. Just gone, right? Did you get a shred of romance between Shiro and Rin? None, right?
No.
That's kind of the focus of it.
Huh.
Like, it's so important. And then the scene where they do, like, the magic transfer is supposed to be the big, like, oh, you gotta go in with it, right? You gotta kind of confirm your feelings for each other. And this, it's like, you get none of that, because it's not a fight scene. So, that was whack in my eyes. It felt like I watched something on Fast Forward.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, now for you, I know you're not into it, and that's fine, but how did you, as a movie?
It was, well, like I said, the pacing was kind of all over the place near
Yeah.
the end there.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it was all right.
I think it's because I know the source material, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this one was done by Studio DEEN. They also did the TV series that came before it that I'm not allowed to watch because it contains spoilers for the route I'm on. But after this, they don't get the ownership of animating it, and it goes over to a company called UFO Table. UFO Table are incredible, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing that. I actually have ordered right now the next movie. But I think I'm going to watch the Unlimited Blade Works TV show to see if it fixes it. Oh, here comes Nick Fury. Saber, we want you to join the Avengers. All right, this is like the epilogue that didn't make a ton of sense to
Why
me.
is he capitalized?
'Cause-
God?
Yeah, that's a bit strange. That's a bit That's also because this is in English for Japan, so. Okay. All right.
But yeah, the characters didn't have any real depth because
And that's the thing; they're so deep in the originals. Like I could do so much
you had to
talking about,
explain
right?
why.
I had to do
whole-
so much. Like if I were to ask you, like, oh hey, here's the English credits. They spelt Regal differently than how he spells it nowadays. That's weird. Patrick Seitz. Karen Strassman was a good writer there. I liked her. Yeah.
You're gonna ask me something?
I was just gonna say, like, if I were to ask you, what was, like, Shiro's personality, the main character,
You didn't have one,
right? And that is not the case in the original at all. Like, you learn that, like, yeah, he's excitable, but he's also kind of broken. Like, he believes in justice to a point where it harms himself. Like, and it's
you had to explain that,
right?
to me.
And
The
it's
movie
like,
didn't
and
say
it's like,
that.
so that's kind of how I feel. It's very. I think this is as just a companion piece to the game. This is cool.
Would you watch this if you just wanted like a recap of the story?
If I just want it as a recap to the story, this is fine. It's not good, but it's fine.
Okay.
But like, I just feel like it skips so much. It cuts out one of my favorite parts about Fate, which is the downtime between the battles. Because in the downtime between battles, it's just that, like, the kitchen of Fate, you spend more time there, like the living room.
Yeah.
You spend more time there than almost anywhere else. Because it's just talking about building on characters and discussions and stuff. And, like, you saw it, like, twice. Like, at the beginning and then in the middle when they're planning. And, like, there's, in the game, every morning, you wake up, Shiro makes breakfast, and he goes through, what are my plans for today? And, like, what am I thinking about right now? And it always comes back to, I want to make breakfast, and so it's yeah.
Huh.
That's very interesting. What special features does it have? I'm just going to check. Also available on Blu-ray from Sentai Filmworks and disc credits. Yep, this is a 2012 anime Blu-ray, all right.
No music even.
Yeah, no, it's a bit strange. This is before they really went all in for the Blu-rays. This is definitely an early 2010s anime Blu-ray. Well, thank you for watching this with me. I'm actually kind of feel bad because I'm like, as for me at least, because I didn't really like it. Now I'm like, oh man, I bet you he thinks Fate sucks now. But that's fine.
It was all right. It was just like, it's a whole other discussion of like, I've been trying to like realize it myself, like, what about JoJo do I love so much, but why can't I get into other anime? You show me.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, yeah.
I'm kind of like, I don't think I'd be like interested in like getting into it in a way you do with like.
I don't recommend anyone get into Fate the way I do. It's
like,
actually very unhealthy.
I'm open to like those like stories that go so deep into characters because I love character development.
Yeah.
And the payoffs to that.
So that's why, like, if I'm gonna watch the TV series, I'm gonna see if that does it better. Because, like, I remember when I wanted to get into Fate, I actually watched, like, when they added it to Netflix, I watched 2 episodes of the Unlimited Blade Works TV show, which, again, is done by UFO Table, so, like, it looks gorgeous, like, better than this. Mm-hmm. But I remember it was way slower. Like, for instance, they get to Saber in, like, a matter of minutes opening, right? I think it's, like, halfway through episode 2, which is closer to the game, which takes you like 5 hours.
How long are those episodes for you?
22 minutes. All anime is
Okay.
All anime is 22 minutes.
Oh, I thought you meant your Let's Play.
No.
Okay.
No, the Let's Play is 5 hours to get to Saber.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
That's crazy.
And I guess one of the things I love about Fate is it really, and I guess is one of the reasons I really don't like it is this is such the antithesis to what I love about Fate. Fate slows down and really gets you into the world. Mm-hmm. Whenever you go to a new place, it will describe the sights, the smells, the sounds, right? You will get to, about these places, right?
Immerse yourself.
So immersive. You get into the characters' heads. There's even times where there's interludes where you switch perspective to another character and it will give you their perspective on it, right? And so we gotta go fast. We gotta get through to the fights, where Fate to me is, the fights are cool, but a fight is 1 hour, and there might be an hour before it of the lead up and an hour after it of the aftermath, which is just a deep look into what do we need to do and what happened from it. And I love that.
Would you say the fights are the payoffs?
They are, and yeah, I'd say the fights are the payoffs, and for this to just be the payoffs, it doesn't
feel earned.
It doesn't feel earned, yeah, for sure, right? Like in this, where Shiro stabs Archer and like the music's playing and like he did it. There's no sense of accomplishment, right? Because
as much as you would normally get.
Yeah, because it was like that wasn't legitimately like a 40-minute thing that you read, and it's going into. Like, and it's not just, he did this. It goes into his thoughts about, like, I have to do this because this. And he thinks about other people. If I don't do this, this will happen. So it's yeah, I definitely believe that.
There's no thread.
Yeah.
Spiderweb thread. I
definitely think that this is, again, like, if this was an included extra with the game, where it's like, watch the best scenes from the game animated. That's cool. But as a movie, I didn't like it. I think honestly, like, yeah, the game is still the best way to experience this story. So, but we'll have to see. I'm excited to see what else happens. Like I said, I do have the new movie that just came out. Well, the first part of it. So here's the thing: they're doing a movie for the next route. So this is route 2 of 3. They're doing a movie of Route 3, but they're breaking it into 3 movies. And I think that pacing might work better. So
they're splitting the third route into 3 movies.
Into 3 movies, yeah.
I thought you meant like there's just going to be a movie for each route.
No. They did a TV show for the first route. They did a movie for this, and then they went back and did a TV show. and now they're doing a 3-movie series for the last
Oh,
round.
okay.
So I think 3 movies could give it to you in the right amount of time, I feel.
Okay.
But yeah, it just felt too fast for me. So like rating wise, as a fan of the game, that's a 3 out of 10 for me. Maybe a 4. Let's go with 4. I think a 4 out of 10. Because I feel like, yeah, there was enough for it to have the cool fight scenes, but I think, because I love things to be standalone movies too, right? Like, as much as I'm a fan of things that are, like, connected to stuff, it still needs to be a standalone movie in my eyes, right? Like, unless you're Infinity War, where you could be like, no, you have to have watched the other stuff, right? But even as a standalone movie, yeah, you'll be confused, but Infinity War still stands on its own, right? I feel like this...
Yeah.
I feel like this is too much of a companion piece to the game itself. So,
Fair enough.
all right. Thank you all for listening, if you did. We'll
Well,
see.
if you're still here.
If you're still
you
here.
obviously did.
I think I'm just gonna put timestamps in the in it where it's like opening, then the movie, and then I will do finishing thoughts so that people can see when stuff is. So yeah.
All right.
If you want to listen to more of Adrian, you can actually listen to us on our podcast, Ships Worldwide.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe. Well, that'd be subscribing to me, but then if you want it on other services, it's also on iTunes, Google Play. Although Google Play uploads them really late, I don't recommend going through Google Play. I recommend getting something like Podcast Addict, because they get them up
Google
fast.
Play is just
It's weird.
it's trash.
Because even other podcasts I listen to, people are like, why are the episodes going up? And they're like, we don't know. So don't go through Google Play. Get Podcast Addict if you have an Android. But yeah, you can listen to us there. You can find them at Age1000 on Twitter. And I am...
If you want more Fate.
Yeah, if you... Well, I mean, I'm going to assume if they're watching this...
If you came across this video randomly.
Yeah, if you're...
want more.
You know what? Sure. If
Yeah.
you came across... wanted a riff tracks on the Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works 2012 movie by Studio DEEN, and you wanted... Hey, I'm doing a blind playthrough. Well, I did. I'm at part 91 right now of this, so you can watch on my channel at TannerOfTheNorth. I go from I don't know what Fate is to having literal shrines set up in my room.
Right behind us.
It's big. It is a tower. The episode today went up where I kind of show it off, and people are like, "Oh my god!"
Do you still do the day thing?
I do. It's day 274. So yeah,
Has that actually been that long?
yes, it has been, because every time I check,
Wow.
I know, right? 274 days, almost getting to a year. Yeah.
I just imagine you having like a prison cell, like marking down on the walls.
Right. Yes. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you all. Like I said, I'm hoping to do ones for the other stuff, but I think I'll be alone for the TV shows. Might get someone else for the movie. We'll see. I don't know. I have an idea. Probably my bro Fuad. He's a fan, so it makes sense.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next time. Ciao.
Bye bye.